So welcome everyone to our Divorceless relationship book club. This is called two. Last week we discussed until chapter 3. Let us look at chapter 4. There's four or more. See how we goes. So chapter 4, it's what am I doing wrong? So from here, do you get anything that you would like to discuss from this chapter? When you're in relationship, are you always make yourself wrong or someone make you wrong? Yeah. Anyone would like to talk about it?
So when I was in a relationship before, I thought I was always wrong.
What happened? Like when you have that thought, what will happen?
Uh, it's always trying to understand, which I now realize is under, and then someone standing on top of you. It's always in the space of trying to understand and fit yourself into the frame of reference of the person you're in a relationship with, because you're supposed to be understanding.
Uh,
Because love and understanding. And if you enter a relationship, it's going to be a part of being understanding, because understanding is loving and caring, which I now realize is bullshit. So, right. So I guess I'm happier now that I'm in a space of more of not understanding, but simply awareness and allowance, and
mm-hmm.
acknowledging that, if a person feels heavy for me, bye bye. Bye bye. If a person starts wronging me, okay, I receive the judgment, but I don't align with it, and bye bye.
But sometimes there are people they don't really look at that. They like I recently have a client, she in a relationship like many years with the spouse, and then um I mean that is a problems. I mean the issue was communications between both of them, of course. Like when they how they communicate is when the husband is angry and then start scolding or shout, and the wife just keep quiet. But then she thought that, oh, I'm not quarrel with him. I'm not trying to create conflict. I just keep quiet and let and let the husband keep shouting or talk anything. She just keep quiet all the time. Do you think this is work in relationship?
Nah, because you're. I think it's killing your expression.
Yeah.
I feel like I've got to honor my expression. Oh,
Well,
yes. But if the
here,
person is not ready to receive, but if I think that the person is not ready to receive, okay, I allow you first. Maybe next time you're ready to receive.
well, the thing is, she thought that by not saying anything or just keep quiet is she just avoiding uh the big fight, and she never tell the truth, like to express herself how she feel or what she liked the things to goes on. So what happened is both of them are in the relationship like in assuming. you know
Mm.
like, okay, I assume you this. Based on the reactions I make my conclusion so that it's come in the judgment. based on what we call that, the presumptive reality. You have you have assume how people behave or think or doing that. And the other thing is the wife will think like, okay, he has to know why I'm not happy. And you never tell, and you expect people to tell. I mean, to know that you are not happy. And why you're not happy, you never tell. Why do I need to tell him? And then so the conflict never end, even after 40 years, it's still keeping, and they still maintain the relationship. And how does the wife did is she keeps saying that, what's wrong with me? Am I doing wrong? But she's not talking to the husband to talk about, okay, what's happening. She just keep on telling friends, families, or relative, and then trying to prove that she's been victimizing herself, right? Okay, I suffering on this. Like, am I really wrong, or oh, I'm maybe wrong. I married this person or something, something. Yeah. So
Interesting.
yeah, but you still keep it. Well, you don't like to change it. You just love to keep it in a suffering way, right? So, how many presumptive reality? Nose, no slime, electrolyzer, the fifth elements. This reality sheet twist that we are using to create the relationship. Everything that is times gazillion will please destroy and create all.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad, part, all nature, its poverty and beyond. So sometimes quarrel or conflict doesn't mean it's bad. Sometimes it's just that, okay, we have different opinion, we have different point of view, and they might have something brings up the fire. So some people may get angry or some people may get upset, but the thing is, do we really sit down and talk and get the thing done? I mean, to makes the relationship work, instead of like we just want to express ourselves, like how bad you treat me, or you never tell the truth, like, okay, what would you like, what you actually desire in these situations. And no one will know, like, talking about psychic, yeah, maybe you know how people think. You perceive, right? But the thing is, when you are in relationship, when you are quarrel, how many of you are in present when you are quarrel?
What? How many what?
How many of you will in present when you are quarrel?
Nah.
Will you like, okay, that's emotion and the feelings distract you to see the truth? Because of two angle, you're so angry about something or someone. Sometimes you even say the bad things, like without thinking, right? So here, what I'm trying to say is, in relationship, if we make ourselves wrong or you make someone wrong, it's just that you want to prove, you want to prove something. You're trying to proving whether you are right or wrong. Do you need to prove in relationship? Proving you are the victim, how people treat you. Actually, it's we how people treat you, it's you allowing people treat you, how they treat you. Okay, just like what Jun shared just now. If he think that it doesn't work for him, he just say, okay, bye, next. Right? But how many of you can say no or see the truth, especially when you're in marriage? Before marriage, you will see everything. Oh, yeah, he's so nice. He's so handsome. He's so good. And when you're married, like, oh, I'm being cheated. When we talk with some girls talk about this, then they will say, oh, the husband is so much different after marriage. So how many of you are actually not seeing the the whole picture before you decide to get married or decide to get into the relationship? And you end up like, okay, I make the wrong choice, and you start to judge yourself, make the wrong choice, or you feel so bad, like I'm doing so wrong, I'm not so good in a relationship, anything that make yourself wrong. So everything that brings up all the personality that you're using to done the relationship, will you please destroy and create all? Right, wrong, good and bad, parent, online, shared spots, poverty, and beyond. That when you're in relationship, you will try to show the different personality of you with different people in families or with your spouse or with your partners, your girlfriends, boyfriends, whoever, your colleagues. How many personality are you using in those relationships to make the relationship work? So everything that brings up times gazillion will please destroy and create all. Right, wrong, good
Yes.
and bad, parent, online, church, boys, poverty, and beyond. And everything that we have been done, all this is just to cut off ourselves with the personality or cut off the awareness that we may perceive the truth, but we just reluctant to see the truth. We use our conclusions, judgment, definitions, computations to decide what it is and never ask questions. Yeah. So when you are in relationship, sometimes we have a lot of fantasy. How many of you have fantasy? Before you get in relationship, we watch a lot of drama, right? You know, like the what we call that, the princess and the prince happily ever.
After happily ever after.
Yeah. We have that point of view like, oh, okay, that is a loving story, and everyone have that desire, the hope, the fantasy. So all the relationship will get into that. We have brought into the story. So all the fantasy, the PR snore, snow slime, yeah, actualizer, the fifth element that you bought and sold, align, agree, react, and receive with the story that you've been read or listening or someone tell you, or you create and write yourself. Will you please revoke, reclaim, resist, renounce, denounce, destroy, and create all?
Yes.
Ooh, right, wrong, good and bad, parent, online, shared spoils, poverty, and beyond. That's lots of energy. So means everyone still have like some kind of fantasy here. How many structures are you using to maintain the fantasy of loving or romance in a relationship? So everything that is times gazillion will please destroy and create all. Run,
Yes.
run, get them back, parent, online, shared spoils, poverty, and beyond. So everywhere you make yourself wrong in the relationship, sometimes you may want to ask the questions, who does this belong to? And see, is that yours when you make yourself wrong? Or is the projections from someone? Yeah. Maybe someone makes you wrong in a way, but they didn't tell you. Not everyone will tell you directly, but you can sense it with your awareness. You get it. Someone projected to you and you get that. Or maybe they actually hate themselves and you just get the energy of hate or feeling not so good and you misapply, misidentify as, okay, I'm not so good about anything. And you make it yours. So everything that is not yours and you make it yours, misidentify and misapply as yours. To apply in your reality and your life and living, will please now just return to sender, attach your consciousness to whoever send you receive from and whatever you receive from. Right, wrong, good and bad, part, and shirts, boys, poverty, and beyond.
Uh,
Interesting, right? Sometimes you may not aware of that, but we get a lot of projections from someone when people look at you. They have lots of point of view, judgment, no matter they tell you or they did not tell you, but you can actually sense it. Okay. So we start to ask, there's a tools that you can use is you start to ask the questions, who does this belong to? When you have any feelings, thoughts, um, emotion, even the body pain, you have to ask who does this belong to? Okay, because most of the time, at least 98% of it is not yours. You just thought like it's yours because you make it so true. Like pain, you feel it so pain. Just share with you guys that it's a one participant sharing with me. Um, she was driving and at somehow in the traffic light, she saw her husband in front of a car with another girl, which is actually the husband have having affair outside the right. So she knew the girls, but she saw them together in a car. So she's so angry until she feel like want to get out the car and go to like fight with the husband. And when before she opened the door of the car, she start thinking of like when what the tools that we are sharing in the class, who does this belong to? And she start to keep asking the questions like, who does this belong to? The angle, everything that just upset, everything just bring up. Okay. So she just keep asking, who does this belong to? And end up, like she said, less than few minutes, everything just gone. Like nothing happened. All the emotions just gone. It's not suppressed, it's just gone. And see, what I'm trying to say this story, and I'm keep on sharing this story is because things is happening, okay? In that situations, I think for most women will get mad. Okay. I'm not sure like others like you when you see someone with your husband or you with your wife. Okay, and you know they are actually having different relationship. It's I mean, well, you have that feeling angry, upset. And the thing is when the husband came back house, she not even quarrel with the husband at all. She just felt like okay, nothing. But why she still keep with this relationship? Well, that is her choice. She still keep into this relationship. Okay. But the thing is, she choose to be happy instead of like keep on look into this, like make herself crazy every day, need to quarrel with the husband. And she just changed. From there she start to change, do something because she would like to keep the relationship well with her own agenda anyway. There's no right and wrong. Everything is just choice. Okay. But what I'm trying to say here is, who does this belong to? It's for you to aware of, right? A lot of things is not yours. Your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions. Okay. But we make it so vital, valuable, and real. Even the things is happening to you, like especially for like body pain. Okay. You feel so pain. That's why you think like, okay, this has happened to me, so it is mine. Okay, you never ask the questions. So if you go to see doctor and take medicine or any treatment, but you still not get recover, then you will know it definitely is not yours, but you just keep on holding in place. Have you ever asked the question, who does this belong to? Sometimes you're not even able to find what's happening. It's just that your body is trying to tell you or talk to you. Okay. It's interesting. Few days ago, I have a friend asking me to sense her body. Sometimes there's friends so interesting. they just they just call up, hey, can you just try to sense my body? They not go to see doctor. Well, I was like, okay, this is so interesting. But oh, what I get is the body is so tense. I'm asking her, what are you doing recently? I know that she's actually frequently very actively joining marathon. So I asked her, how are you doing recently? And she just said, uh, she suspect that it's a menstrual pain. Okay. Then she said she never had that before. And she go to see doctor the next day. And because she still keep feel the pain, right? So after that, um, the doctor tell her it's just a muscle pain. It's over exercise. Yeah. So this is very interesting. Like, you don't really care to ask to get the awareness, and you just make it like, okay, it is mine, or it is um something wrong with me. What if it's not? Have you ever asked the questions when you have body pain? So who does this belong to? And if it's not yours, just return the sandal. Well, if you after keep asking it, is you still feel the pain, you still can keep on asking the question, what is it? And you may get the awareness. You may not get the awareness immediate, but it may be like after a few hours or few days or anything, if you lower down your barrier without any judgment, without any conclusions. Okay. If your body need to see doctor, of course you need to see doctor. Doesn't mean that when we start to learn all these skills and we have the tools, then we don't need doctors. I never say that. Okay. When your body needs doctor, you need to see doctor. When you need to take medicine, you need to take medicine. But the thing is, you have to talk to your body, not make conclusions. Like every time you have pain, you straight away go into conclusions and definitions, like what's happening based on the symptom and whatever happening. Sometimes not that. It's just that the body trying to tell you something. So before she get to see doctor, I actually tell her that the body is so tense and it's rest. You just need rest. Well, because the pain, she cannot take it. So she go to see doctor, and doctor saying the same thing, right? So start asking questions, living with questions, and get the awareness instead of like conclusion. Because we tend to make conclusions on everything, no matter your relationship with your body or your relationship with anyone. Okay. So talking about this, the chapter 4, the tools and being wrong in relationship. Anything that you would like to talk about before we go on chapter 5? I think some of you have finished the reading, right? It, is it bored if I just talking, no one participate? It's a discussions.
My client, um, when was this? Last Wednesday, was in a car accident. And before the accident, he and her girlfriend was having a fight. And her girlfriend, even if she knew he was driving, he started hitting him and hitting him and hitting him, you know, and punching him whatsoever. And so they got into a car accident, right? And the boy, or the man who came to me, okay, because of what he claimed to be a traumatic experience, believed that he had to stick with the girl because it's how he could prove how much he loved her. And his justification was he courted her for 7 months, and they've been together for 2 years now, and he wasn't really willing to let go of what they had shared with each other. And so I asked him. So I used the truth and lie tool and that and the other tools, right? And so I asked him, okay, if you had no past and you have a fresh start right now, would you still choose her? And he said, oh shit, no. And then he laughed so hard. And then I said, now that's awareness talking. If you had no past, would you still choose her? No, no, no. Right? How many times had he put you in that kind of situation where you almost had an accident? Many times. What are you trying to justify? Did you love her? And then said, truth. Is she manipulating you? Oh shit. Yes, she is. Because the guy is rich and the girl is not so rich, and something like that.
Yeah.
So just interesting how he has enclosed himself into the judgment of what love is supposed to be.
Well, love is just a distracted
Yeah,
implant.
yeah. We ended up laughing. So we ended up laughing. He was laughing, I was laughing. And I think they'll be breaking up. So I'm meeting him again on Sunday afternoon to see what happens. I'm interested to know how the story unfolds.
Yeah. That is happened before married. I think there's a lot of choice, even after married. Right. Well, like to share with you guys the tools. Like before you start a relationship, you should ask the questions like, is it easy to get with the person? Is it fun? So it's a body will, what we call that? Is it contribute to your body? Well, if you get any one of this is no, then please go to next. Then you don't make yourself get in trouble. Okay. when you get, okay, the first one is not easy, but you having fun with the person. So when the time you guys getting together, then there's a lot of things that not easy for you. Okay. So when we ask the questions, we get the awareness. So is it light or is it heavy? So light is the truth, and the heavier it's lie. So when you means light, it's yes, and heavy, it's no, right? So when you get heavy, so means it's no. Okay. That's easier for us to get the awareness before we get into the relationship. Is it easy? Is it fun? Is it contributing to my body? You don't even need to have sex before that. You have asked the questions before you get to bed, and you don't fuck up yourself. That is the tools that you can actually using when you're in a relationship. Well, if you're already in the relationship, what happened? You get one of those is not light. Yeah. I mean, especially for those already married, have you ever, after you know the tools, have you ever asked these questions before? What will happen? How many of you in relationship? So just get connect with your partners, your husband, girlfriend, boyfriend. Truth. Is it easy for this relationship? Is it easy? Is it fun? Is it contributing to your body? How many of you get three? It's light. All threes is light. So sometimes just because of fantasy, so you choose something that it's not so easy or not so fun, and maybe you have lots of conclusions and definitions for your choice. Okay, well, it's still your choice. It's not about right and wrong. With the questions, it will create more ease in your life. Okay, so if you're already in the marriage and you get one of those is no, then you ask another question. What will it take for you to change this? What can you add into the relationship to create more fun? Okay, that's it's another questions that you can ask. By asking questions, you will get the awareness, and from there, you can choose something different. If you like to change your life, if you want to have something different, experience something different, of course, you have to choose something different. Well, like what Albert Einstein said is, if you looking for something to change, but you keep on choosing something, choosing same thing, it's insane. Okay, so let's see. Chapter 5, what part does judgment play? Whenever you make judgment about anything, you actually eliminate your capacity to perceive anything that does not match it. So when you do judgment, you go into the conclusions. When there is a judgment, there will be a positive, negative, good, bad, right, and wrong. So when you're into the judgment, you're always trying to go into the conclusions. With the judgment, you already presume something or anything before the things happens, or sometimes based on your past experience. So you make the conclusions. When there's a judgment, there will be a polarity. Okay. When there's a polarity, there's a judgment, means it's not consciousness, because consciousness is include everything. Okay. You may get aware of, okay, this is something not so good, but you not go into the energy like judging. Okay. Well, it is interesting when you know people judging you, when you get together to a judgmental person, you won't feel comfortable with that energy, right? So then you know if we start judging, we actually create separations. The separations, when you start judging yourself, you create separations between you. If you have judgment about your body, you create separations, the distance between you and your body. So the judgment happens, the distance happens not just about you and your body, it's also about someone else and something else when we have judgment. With the judgment, we are not able to receive. Okay. Like you don't like someone with that energy. Let's say when commonly happen, it's like, okay, maybe you don't like those gay, so you wouldn't able to receive from gay, any gay, not just the person that you know, because something that you don't like, they have similar energy and similar vibrations or similar frequency, so you cannot receive them even though they not do anything to you. You the receive include the money. If you do the business, okay, if you have that point of view, you won't be able to make business or doing any business or close the deal if that person is gay and you don't like gay. Why do you need to like or don't like? What point of view do you have about that, that create the separations, that actually create the distance and the rejections? Okay. What if you choose the allowance and total receiving? When you are in total receiving, there's no judgment and there's no good and bad, right and wrong, positive or negative. It's just choice, it's just energy. Okay. It's about allowance, in like the power of allowance. And in the chapter 5, we talk about allowance. Everyone have the choice to choose what they like to have in their life, what they would like to live on. Okay. So sometimes we have a lot of point of view, like what is good, what is bad, or you should choose it. You're supposed to choose this. Like you should choose it, or you shouldn't. So all the PRs, nose, no slime, yeah, actualizer, and the fifth element that you have about what you should do, what you shouldn't do in a relationship. Will you please destroy and create all? Right, wrong, good and bad, pattern, online, stretch, boys, perverts, and biats. So when we talk about allowance, it's not acceptance. Okay. Allowance is not about acceptance. Acceptance is alignment and agreement. Okay. So that is a positive view and resistance and reaction to the negative view. So when you are acceptance means they will still have a judgment there and you will react. Okay. So allowance is knowing everything everyone else might say or do is just an interesting point of view. So you just look at it like whatever they say or whatever they do, just an interesting point of view and just a choice. An allowance is not about tolerance and patience. Okay. A total allowance, you don't have those like, okay, tolerance. What does tolerance means? When you're in tolerance, it's what you do when you don't really agree with what people do. Okay. But you maybe have peace off and frustrated and you still let other people to continue do that to you, but you're just not happy if you're into a tolerance because there is a resistance and reaction to a situations or person with tolerance. If you tolerate someone abusing you, so you are at the mercy of their abuse and are unable to direct what's happened next. So here is, if you are tolerant, you are agreeing to suffer in silence. It's just like what I'm sharing with what happened. My client is, she thought that I'm not quarrel, but Cold War is also quarrel, right? You're not talking, but you're just avoiding. You thought like that is tolerance or patience. You just don't want to make the thing get worse, but the thing get even worse. Sometimes quarreling doesn't mean it's bad, but it's not quarrel for no purpose. I just want to fight. You are allowed to express yourself, but not like trying to hurt someone. Okay, what does infinite being do? What does what do the infinite being choose? Will you choose this if you're infinite being? Okay. So patient is waiting for someone or something to change and being in judgment of what is not changing the whole time. When you're patient, you are like holding yourself, waiting something to change or waiting someone to change. So that is not allowance. Allowance is you allow people to be herself. You are not trying there to change anyone. And you allow yourself to be yourself. Okay. So talking about allowance does not mean you just disregarding your point of view. You have your point of view. Others can have their point of view. It doesn't need to be true, or it doesn't need to be right or wrong. Or someone must be wrong so that you are right. You don't need to prove anything. So everywhere in your relationship, you are trying to prove that you are right, you're not wrong, or you're proof that you are wrong, will please destroy and create all right, wrong, good and bad, parent, on nature, voids, poverty, and beyonds. When you are in allowance, you have to include you and be interesting point of view without judgment. Sometimes when we do interesting point of view, there are people still with the judgment, like I don't agree with you, so this is interesting point of view. When you're in interesting point of view, you're actually in natural, neutral. Okay, in neutral, there's no right and wrong. There's no good and bad. When you have the point of view, no matter whose point of view, include yours, your point of view, your feelings that you have, this, it just that interesting point of view. I have this point of view. And this will actually neutralize those energy that you may solidify it yourself that make it so difficult to change. When you use the tools interesting point of view, it will change the energy. It's just like before that you hold some point of view so hard, like you have that presumptive reality, that point of view, that when you have that point of view, it will create the reactions. You have that reaction, you start to react to something when it doesn't fit into your cognitive um thinking, okay, point of view, and then you start to react and respond to the reactions, and it become a loop. It keep on looping. Okay, when you hit it, same thing, and it start again. Okay, the booster is the AI actualizer. Is something happened there? And the AI actualizer, when things happen, it just boosts it and then start the presumptive reality. You start to react, you start to respond to the reactions, and it keep on looping. And that's why you can't change. Okay, because you make it so significant, valuable, and so true that we're holding in place that you can't really let go. So when we do interesting point of view, it's just like you just let go, you let the thing just flow on. When we have the point of view, we hold it in place and it cannot move and it's getting solidified. When we have interesting point of view, the things start moving. Okay, you don't need to hold it. When you make everything has meaningful or meaningless, it's already make it significant. And this will take you into distractions. So when you go into interesting point of view, so you don't get the things in solidified. You don't need to be true. You don't need to be right. Okay, so whenever point of view you have, just interesting point of view, I have this point of view, it make you don't hold the thing. Okay, so how we use the tools, like if you have the point of view, like the money is not easy to make. It's so hard to make money. It's so hard to earn money. There's no easy way. So this is interesting point of view. I have this point of view. Keep repeating. This is interesting point of view. I have this point of view to change this point of view. Well, because your point of view create your reality. Okay. So if you have that point of view, you will start creating your reality according to your point of view. So, and you start to validate how true is it, right? So from here, when you're not holding something so tight, it has to be in this way or it has to be in that way, then just be interesting point of view that it be neutral and it won't keep you on holding in place and things just flow. So when you start living in questions, you don't make the things into conclusions and judgment. It's based on your perceiving, knowing, receiving, and being. So when you live in question, you start to ask questions like, what is it? What can I do with it? Can I change it? How can I change it? With those questions, and you get the awareness. Sometimes it might take times to change. It might not immediately you can change it. So if you can change it, then you ask, what will it take for you to change it? Right? So it's not all these questions, when we ask questions, it's not about finding answer, it's get awareness. So when interesting is when you start doing this, you start to look for answer. It's not answer. The awareness come in is just like intuitive. It just come in. It's not analyzing. When you start analyzing, that is not perceiving. When you start to analyze, it's already go into the conclusions, computations, and judgment. When when you choose something, it's based on energy. It's energy flow. It's just based on what is true for you, what is work for you, which is lighter for you, which is more expensive. Okay. So when you're in contextual reality or function from the four questions, what are the possibility here? You ask the questions. Okay, what questions can I ask to generate something different? What choice do I have here? What contributions can I be and receive? And those questions is actually create more possibility. So what would have to change for this to work for me? Those type of questions that you can keep asking. What do I have to change about me? So what questions will create the most possibility here? It's after asking questions, you may get awareness. Oh, is it lighter? Is it expensive? Sometimes you may not even know what is that, but you know by choosing that, it will bring you to the life you're desiring for. Okay, so What's going to take to change this for the relationship? It, when you when your relationship is not working, then you can ask, what is going to take? What's going to take to change this? Okay. So about living in questions. Any questions so far? Are you finished reading last 2 weeks? Do you have anything you'd like to share? Today, are you so quiet?
I think what I like about chapter 5 is what part of you did you judge or do you judge to be not acceptable?
Uh, what do
Uh,
you aware from there?
I used to have um, I used to have a lot of things I find about me that are not acceptable, like maybe the shape of my body, the color of my skin, the quality of my hair. So, when I was in college, there was a trend here in the Philippines where everybody was just straightening their hair because of a Korean trend. And my hair was wavy and was a bit curly. And so I made a mistake of going to the parlor, a cheap one, by the way, which I had to save money for because I was in college that time. And so they put this straightening hair product on my hair that scorched my scalp here on top. That's why in the family, I'm the only one who has less hair here on top of my scalp because
Mm.
it got burned a lot when when I had when I had my hair straightened. And now there seems to be this trend where everybody likes wavy hair, curly hair. At least here in the Philippines, like they find it sexy, something like that. And so, how sexier can I get had I had the hair? Something like that. Yeah.
What does your body like to present to the world?
What? That?
What does your body would like to present to the world, to show up to the world?
Uh, oh, that's interesting. Just as it is.
Uh-huh. So your body is actually happy with whatever you have now.
Yeah, I think yes, because I exercise now. I do yoga regularly. I'm I'm pretty limber and bendy and flexible, so not very stiff. I guess I'm more relaxed with my body now. Like I used to judge it, like I had to have muscles, blah blah blah. But now I love, even if my chest is saggy, I don't judge it. I have less judgment of it. And the funny thing is, the lesser I judge it, the more it's changing. Like my tummy's decreasing without me even doing anything about it. Like I would notice just one morning, like, ooh, wow, body, good job. It seems like you lost like 2 inches. And I used to weigh around 220 kilos, right? And I think the last time you saw me, everybody was saying I lost weight, blah 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 blah.
Uh-huh.
All right. I lost 30 kilos. Now I'm between 88 and 90. And it was just me, like, just asking my body, what shape do you like to be? What do you like to eat? So I have less judgment of it, even if it likes to eat junk food. And I realize sometimes it really likes junk food. It's funny because sometimes I would ask my body, do you like junk food? Because sometimes I would have a little bit of craving. I would ask, is this my craving or my body's? And then I'd find out it's my body's craving. And so sometimes I would down. My favorite is one of my clients, Regent cheese ring, snack food. I'm not sure if you know them, but maybe if you come back here, I'd let you have those treats. And I would just eat them. Like for a week, I was just eating them, and I'm losing weight, and they're packed with calories, and because they're junk food, and I'm losing weight. So yeah,
Well, when you're in access classes, it's interesting that everyone is eating junk food. And we don't have point of view that is junk food. We just put it as
yeah,
snack, right? When especially when we have bar grass, we prepare like the soft drink, especially Coke, right?
something, yeah,
Because Gary is
something MSG, something with MSG.
Gary is recommended like Coca-Cola. We well, so we will have Coke and we will have those chips. And interesting is that there's some participant will ask, why you prepare soft drink? Why not juices? Why snack? Why not fruits or cakes? Something like that. Well, um, in our classes, you after we do some clearing or body process or book club like this, you actually will releasing something. And if your body needs to take water or energy or
These,
sugar or salt, just get it. What is that? Show me again. Well,
yeah, there you go. Look, but sometimes I know my body doesn't like it, so they're just there sometimes. But when my body starts to like it, I I don't finish all of them in one sitting, but I just enjoy it with my body.
yeah, and you know how much your body needs it. You are not
Yeah.
that like
And when I
addictive.
go against my awareness and then my body says stop and I didn't, my body would feel bloated. So sometimes it's just like a pack or half a pack. So I'm getting more awareness about that.
Mm, yeah.
Awesome. How does it get any better?
But for some of the people will think that those thing it's high calories, so it will create more weight instead of like losing weight.
No, but I lost weight like I did. And I think Tina, is Tina here? Are you there, Tina, my loves? Is
You
Tina
must
there?
be you must be lie.
All right. Uh, yeah. Anyway, so the last time we had the correcting vision and what was it with the correcting vision that we did? There were two body processors that time. Remember?
It's an
So there was
antibody. It's an antibody consciousness.
yeah. When we did that, okay, one of the attendees there, when he saw me last time with Charu,
Uh-huh.
oh my God, you lost weight, you lost weight. And well, of course, I liked it because my body liked it when he heard it, when it heard it. But they didn't know I was just eating junk food. And chocolates.
Yeah. And someone will tell you chocolate is also high calories.
Yeah.
So it's work for you doesn't mean work for anyone, right? It's work for June doesn't mean work for everyone. You have to be aware with what your body asking for. Okay. Interesting is you can test with your body. Just bring the food that you would like to eat before you eat. Just put at your stomach, I mean the solar plexus, the area of solar plexus, and you just stand there and see if your body will lean forward or backward. Whether you ask your body, does your body like to eat? If your body is lean forward means yes,
Mm.
backward is no. So that is some kind that you can choose to ask with that if you want to. You can. I have participants share with me. They play with that and bring all the food on the table and they just test it. Yeah. Well, that is the game you can play with your body. If you really
Yeah.
want to get the awareness, like what your body would like to have. I mean, sometimes it just need to have like for some period of time, not all the time.
And
And
so I had different teachers, Buddhist teachers, and then we were taught to dress a certain way where we had to abstain from material things, something like that, right? And now my body enjoys expensive shoes and expensive suits. It enjoys scarves, and I'm letting it, and it's happy. And the suit that I had before that I couldn't fit in, now I could wear them back again. I'm two sizes smaller.
ah,
I used to look for 3XLs. Now it's 2XL. I mean it's 1XL. It's just XL for me now, which is I think proportionate to my height because I'm pretty tall. So I think it's just interesting how access consciousness works that way when you have no point of view and you have no judgment of your body.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, me too. I'm so sorry.
It's
Sorry, it works for me.
it's interesting when you start to get the awareness, like instead of like putting judgment on yourself or on your body, that a lot of us we have a lot of point of view based on the fact or whatever research that been done. And then we thought that is it has to be in this way or right the right weight. Like I have friends, she actually underweight no matter how she eat, also can't gain weight. My auntie also like that. It she's like almost 60 years old and she just 40 over kg. And we thought that she never eat a lot, but when we eat with her, she eat a lot, a lot. It's really a lot. But she not even gain weight. It's just that she can take it. I mean, maybe it's metabolism. It's wrong. Yeah, it's still in good condition. But the thing is, it's a body really needs so many food. I mean, does a body need it? If you overeating, you will feel not comfortable anyway. But some people they just that the body just like to in that weight. And we have point of view like, okay, you already over whatever index is. So this is obesity.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not about food. So how many of you are actually making yourself look bigger so that people can see you? Everything that is times gazillion will please destroy and create all. Right, wrong, good and bad, proper, honest, short, spoils, forwards, and beyonds. Or any one of you making yourself so bigger so people can really attract someone, then people won't see you, no matter what your agenda is, will please destroy and create all. Right,
Right.
wrong, good and bad, proper, honest, short, spoils, forwards, and beyonds. Well, you create your body in any way you want, you just choose it. Yeah. So if you play with the questions, then you will having fun. Like, would you like to have this? No. And then sometimes you still want to have it because your mind want to eat it, not the body want to eat it.
Yeah, yeah. And when I go against what the body likes, I feel terrible after. And then I say, sorry, body, sorry. And then I try to look for body processes I can use.
Interesting. Why you make yourself suffer then? If you already have reaction after letting you know, okay, I don't like it, but then you still take it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
interesting.
funny thing, if I don't wrong myself, like if I overate, it used to be that I would feel so guilty about it. Like I would wrong myself for having eaten a lot. But I think what changed is that even if I've eaten a lot, I'm just in awareness that I've just eaten a lot, but I do not wrong myself anymore. And just be next time aware, okay, that's what your body's threshold is. That's what your body can take.
Yeah, we have point of view like we have to eat a lot, like 3 meals a day, and every meals must be
Yeah.
how big the portion is, right? And there is a tea time, everything, and end up we actually don't need it, but because of you used to it, or everyone doing it, so you must do that. So everything that brings up times gazillion will please destroy and create all.
Yes, please.
Ooh, right, wrong, good and bad, proper, honest, short, spoiled, poverty, millions. It's like we talk about right body then. Okay. I say
Eat
I
as if
like that awareness about being big to be seen. My point of view was that it's about trying to be ugly and hiding myself. Oh, so whatever choice that you make in the past, you can actually change now. At this space, at this moment, what can you choose? Sometimes it's not about protections, it's avoidance. You avoid something, or you're trying to get attentions, or try not to get attention. Sometimes it will come out this. Well, it's interesting why I'm come up this. I also don't know, but it's just somehow when we talk about that, this
Oh,
bring up.
I have an interesting point of view. I wanted to be fat before because I had a friend who was fat and he always had a lot of sex.
Ah,
So I
so
wanted to make myself fatter.
so you make a conclusion when you get fat, then you will have lots of sex.
Yeah, I think that was the point of view there.
Yeah.
Um, and and he would have a lot of sex, and he was fat, but I was pretty lanky. Growing up, I was pretty lanky. Like I was really like bony, something like that. And I think my body mimicked his body because I wanted to have a lot of sex as well.
It's
So,
not your body. It's not your body mimic. Sorry, it's you trying to mimic, and you ask the body to mimic.
so I guess that's and now I'm aware, all right, that it was what my body that I did it to my body to with the hopes of getting laid more often. Didn't work.
So are you still choosing that?
No, I like my body now, and I get
So
more invitations now. But I say if it doesn't feel light.
uh,
If it feels light, then I go for it. Oh my God, I don't know I can't see anybody who's in the room aside from I who's chatting, so I don't know who else is here.
it's
Okay.
okay. It's okay. Thank you for sharing. Well, that is interesting. What else possible? That,
What else is possible?
so if you're not aware, you will keep on putting your weight then,
Probably I would,
and
but it
end up.
didn't work for me because it felt heavy. But now I feel much lighter. Like before, I couldn't climb. I mean, I would climb a flight of stairs, but I would be so tired. Now I would climb a flight of stairs even up to sixth floor or eighth, and that my body feels great.
Mm.
Like I'm not But before it used to.
Well, maybe you are now doing exercise compared to
Yeah.
previously.
So I like my body now. Hi, body. My sweet, beautiful body.
So
So we're
how many
talking about body now, huh?
so for everyone, so how many points of view, judgment, reference points, presumptive variety, Norse, no slime, yeah, actualizer, the fifth element do you have? And the structures, the twists, do you have about your body? Will you please destroy and create all?
Oh, yes.
Right, wrong, good and bad, porn, on nature, poets, poets, and beyonds. Everyone, actually, all of us will have point of view about body, and it is interesting. I'm not sure you guys aware of your body always keep changing, and every time it's different.
Mm.
And your weight also will ups and down, not because you eat or not eat sometimes. It just change. Yeah. It's just like when I having Zoom on time, even in like in in a class, like in a call, in an hour call, I even can see my face like keep on changing. Now look different. Because most of the time, no one talk to me. I'm luckily today we have June. So I'm always like have to look to myself. I'm talking to myself. It's like so weird. So sometimes like, my face look different then. Yeah. Especially when we have class. You can see you keep on changing. Your body keep on changing. And when you keep on doing body process, your body also keep on
Yeah,
changing.
I realize that. Because sometimes it likes, like, I noticed that when it's becoming colder, my body likes to eat a lot. But during summer, it doesn't like to eat anything.
Ah,
Something like that. But sometimes, for the whole day, it just doesn't like to eat anything. Not anything, just water, water, water. I would ask it, water, water, water. But it, okay, if that's what you like. And I don't get hungry.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just, and I could focus more because my head feels clear, something like that.
But I remember what Gary said is whatever we have like 3 meals a day, we maybe just need like 30% of that, but we actually overeating
Mm.
most of the time. Like last week, I went back to my hometown and I met my auntie. Uh, she's so nice that keep on sending me food. Like I said I really can't take lunch because I usually if I have breakfast, I don't take lunch. It's too much for me. And she just like, okay, just bring the food. It's the time for lunch. And I keep on asking you to eat. You must eat. And then after lunch, and then bring the snack. Uh, and then bring a lot of things, different foods, and never stop. Like, oh shit, the whole day keep on eating.
A fellow teacher of mine almost collapsed because she was trying intermittent fasting, intermittent fasting, right? Where
Mm-hmm.
you have to not eat for 12 to 16 hours and then after that you eat. So she was forcing herself not to eat for 16 hours and eat only in the window of between 8 hours, right?
Yeah.
She stood up from her chair and she almost fell. And so everybody asked her, what's wrong? What's wrong? I feel so dizzy. I feel so dizzy. Why? What's happening? I haven't eaten yet. I haven't eaten yet. Blah, blah, blah. because I'm in intermittent fasting. Do you like to eat? No. Let's wait for another hour.
Well, that is another fasting way. Like for some people doing that, it's work for some people, but not for everyone.
Not
It
for
doesn't
everyone.
not for
Not for
everyone. It
everyone.
doesn't work for me in that way. Yeah.
No, no, not for me too. Not for me too.
I can not, I mean, I take food sometimes like more than after 16 hours or 10 hours. I don't really feel hungry. That's why I don't eat. But some people will say that it's not good because it's not good to their body, but body don't feel to eat, you know?
If it
It's,
likes to eat, it eats.
yeah, we
So
have
now
a,
are we talking about relationship with our body?
yes, the relationship with the body. So how is the relationship with your body?
I love my body now.
So all the judgment you have about body that keep you create a separations between you and your body will please destroy and create all.
Yes,
Run
please.
wrong, good and bad, par on nations, boys, poets, and beyonds. See?
Ooh, that's a lot.
Yeah, there's still a lot because we keep on have a lot of different point of view about body, how to build your body, how to build muscle, how to have six pack. Yeah, interesting. And anyway, here it's if you have the point of view like trying to fight to, I mean, maybe this conversations for you, it's like too new for you. Like when we talk about food, especially when Jun tell you eating junk food and he just get lose weight.
Yeah, it's interesting, really.
Yeah, right. And you are fighting yourself with those point of view. Will please just let go, be relaxed.
Yeah,
Okay, it's if it's not true for you, then not true for you. You don't need
yeah.
to take it. It's not for everyone. So Ashley said, I used to don't like my body, especially after pregnancy, cannot see any fats on myself through the mirror. Well, you are actually so skinny and you still feel like you have fats. No matter how skinny you are, you may still have fat. What point of view you have about fat? What do you bought into? Like, what is beauty? What is ugly that you have about the shape of the body? So everything that brings up times gazillion will please destroy and create all.
Yes, please.
Wow, run wrong, gonna buy part for all nations, boys, poets, and beyonds. That's a lot of energy. Talking about fat, some people very interesting. They will keep lots of thing, and when they keep on with that, the fat it's not what you eat. The fat it's some kind of emotional energy that you've been stored in your fat. So if you ever done that with any big five, will please destroy and create all.
Love that one.
Right, wrong,
Yeah,
good and bad,
please.
prime for all nations, but it's poverty and beyond.
Now I'm sleepy.
Okay. She said, my brain may tell me stop eating and then will force myself to hold on my appetite. So how many of you has been let your supermind to override your awareness? Everything that is times gazillion will please destroy and create all. Right, wrong,
Yes,
good and bad, proper, honest,
please.
shirts, voids, poverty, and beyond. When you let your supermind or your brain to override your awareness, then that what will happen? Okay. When your body need to eat, just eat. When your body don't need it, then you just don't need to eat. Why you need to force yourself? Well, before that, we have lots of point of view like you cannot eat after 6 o'clock in the evening. You have to take your dinner before 6. Well, sometimes I took supper anyway at 3, especially when I was in Manila, because my husband finished work at like 12 or 1 a.m. And when he came back, then he said, "Hey, I so hungry. Would you like to accompany me to have some food?" And then we go out to hunt for food. So it's really interesting. We have couple actually. They don't have any point of view, and because of there's a lot of food after 12 still available in Manila. Then well, sometimes I just told him I just don't feel eating. Just accompany him to go and eat. If you don't feel eating, then just don't eat. We don't have any point of view. Like if you like always think that about fat, sometimes the fat is not from eating, then you may want to get the awareness where does the fat come from. No matter how skinny you are, you still have fat anyway. If you totally don't have it, then I think you're not skinny anymore. Skeleton. Okay, so everything that brings up times gazillion, destroy and creator, run wrong,
Yes,
from
please.
poets, poets, and beyonds. Okay, so let's see. Chapter 6, you can trust the energy. So, well, anyway, when we talk about, earlier we talk about energy as well. So whatever word and whatever you be, it's somehow it's energy. So as what I mentioned earlier, when you want to know what is true for you, just get what is right. What is lighter? What is lighter for you? When it is true, so it's lighter. So for that you can just get the awareness. Okay, sometimes the truth will attach with some lie, so you may ask what part of this is true and what part of this is lie, because sometimes when you ask question you may get not so sure, maybe come with your projections or judgment. So sometimes is there is something true in that, there is some lie in that. So you just get to know by asking the questions what part of it is true and which part of it is lie. So before you ask question, just put the truth in front before the question, truth, and then you ask questions. Then you will get to know, is it light for you? Is it heavy for you? Okay. So this is the tools that you can use. Start using it and practice in your life, daily life. Um, every day you can just keep on asking questions like when you want to choose the clothes, which clothes that your body like. It's not you like. Try to work with your body, because in this planet you actually work with planet. You actually co-create with your planet. With your planet, with your body. So do not override it, because your body have the awareness and the body don't have point of view. There's no judgment for body to the body. If you really communicate with your body, you will know lots of things that you may actually before that just ignore or avoid. start to work with body and start to co-create with the body, see what will happen, right? Keep on asking question. What your body like to have? What would you like to wear? What kind of material that your body like? Okay, find it out. Then you will know. So, any questions for this or anything that actually ping you when you read on chapter 6 about trusting the energy? Everything is energy. Everything has its own vibrations and frequency. So if you using your conclusions and definitions, you may not aware of the energy is. If you perceive light and heavy, you will get to know what is true for you. So what is true for you doesn't mean it's true for everybody. Okay. So whatever that true for you, then you just choose it. Means it's work for you. Because when we have that point of view, as of course it's true for you. Well, sometimes before asking questions, you may also like to clear off the point of view, the judgment you have about something before you start asking questions. Because sometimes when people sharing with you the pro and cons and start analyzing, you already get into the presumptive reality, and that will actually may keep you from the truth. So before that, we just clear it off and then start asking questions. So any questions so far? Everyone's,
Um,
yeah. What would you
how
like?
did you get so amazing? How did we get so lucky?
So that is also the questions that you can ask everywhere and anytime, anywhere. Okay. Ashley said, normally we will have lots of voice beside when you making a decisions and cause you change your mind. The voices is from someone else, your friends, families. Well, by following the energy, you have to trust your perceiving. You need to trust yourself because the things true for you, not true for them. Or the thing true for them doesn't mean true for you. It work for them, not work for you. You have to trust the energy that you perceive. Unless you are here to fit others people's reality. Are you trying here to please anyone or to fit in others people's reality? You don't need to persuade someone about your choice. You don't need to prove you are right for your choice. So, how many of you are so afraid that you make the wrong choice? So, before you make any choice, you will go to ask a lot of others people point of view and opinion, and then get yourself in more confused situations. Okay, what if there's no right and wrong choice? It's just choice. after you're making choice, you start asking questions, keep on asking questions. If this is the choice doesn't work for me, then next 10 seconds, just choose another choice. Well, if you cannot make the decisions for yourself and you go on to ask everybody, of course, everyone have their own opinion. So the more you ask, the more confused you are. What if you're not here to make the right choice? You are just choose what choice work for you, what choice that actually expand your life. So you just based on the awareness, which is lighter for you, doesn't mean lighter for everyone. Okay. So everything doesn't allow you to perceive, know, be, and receive with total ease in everywhere, anywhere. Will please destroy and create all.
Yes,
Right, wrong,
please.
good and bad. Right, wrong, good and bad, part and part, all nature, its powers and beyonds. Every one of us can actually easily to perceive anything, the energy, the space. But what makes you refuse to perceive, know, be, and receive? So all the big five, the structures, the moral structures, the personalities, the twists, and all the stuff will please destroy and create all. Right, wrong, good and bad, part and part, all nature, its powers and beyonds.
Uh, Sorry.
What are you trying to avoid to know the truth? What are you using to avoid yourself to knowing the truth? So everything that brings up all the big five times gazillion will please destroy and create all. Right, wrong, good and bad, part and part, all nature, its powers and beyonds. Oh, how many big five are you using to avoid being you? Truly are. Everything that is times gazillion will please destroy and create all. Right, wrong, good and bad, part and part, all nature, its powers and beyonds. If you're avoiding to being you, if you're avoiding to commit to yourself and your life, you're always reluctant to make the choice yourself. And you start to waiting someone to making choice for you. When things not working, then it's not your fault because someone say this is good, this is right, this is whatever. Okay. So everything that brings up times gazillion will please destroy and create all. Right, wrong, good and bad, part and part, all nature, its voids, puppets, and beyonds. Okay. Any questions?
How did we get so lucky?
What else is possible?
Thank you, Renee. We honor you.
What magic can we be?
What magic can we?
What magic can we be that we can actually create the life, the living, the variety that we truly desiring for with total ease? So everything doesn't allow that times gazillion will please destroy and create all. Right, wrong, good and bad, harm, harm, and shares for its poverty and beyonds. What magic can we be that we that allow us to create the relationship or having a relationship with ourselves, someone else, with total ease and total receiving without any judgment. So everything doesn't allow that times gazillion will please destroy and create all. Right, wrong, good and bad, harm, harm, online shares by its poverty and beyonds. So if we don't have any questions on no sharing, then I think this is for today. We'll see you.
Grateful for you.
Thank you for June and whoever participate. We'll see you on 11 June. No, June. 11 October. What happened to me so fast?
Yeah.
It's 11. Why I'm thinking of June? It's 11 September. Yeah. It's alternate Friday now. Unless you guys want to make it like every Friday. Mm, but
October 11 is next.
yeah. So thank you everyone and see you.
Thank you.
We'll upload to the recording later and see you guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.